I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission for July 5th, 2017. Let the record reflect that all commissioners are present. If you would please stand, moment of silent meditation, and pledge the flag. Thank you. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Renetta, consent and approval, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have 3 exonerations for 25721, vouchers for General County, 419, 941.75, 911, 355.82, Chestnut Ridge Park, 400, Camp Muffley, 365.89, Mason-Dixon Park, 12,060.82, Assessor's valuation, 8,224.92, Teen Court, 11,499.96, Purchasing card vouchers for General County, 20,990.24, Magistrate Court, 2612, 911, 1854.71, Home Confinement, 7494.38, Camp Muffley, 334.17, Mason-Dixon Park, 182.23, for a voucher total of 483,731.01. We have no budget revisions. Position vacancies for boards and authorities, West Run Board of Zoning Appeals, Planning Commission, Mon County Historic Landmarks Commission, and fiduciary orders for July 5th, 2017.
Move for approval.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have introductions of new employees. JR, I believe you're up first, if you would.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
I'd like
morning.
to introduce you to Austin. He's going to be our new seasonal part-time. And benefit of Austin, he lives right across the street in a trailer park. Has a great view of so we have more security.
All right.
Excellent.
Move for approval.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Thank
You
you.
too. Mark? Is Mr. Music here?
I don't see him.
Is a representative of the assessor's office here? Okay,
I'm locked down.
don't see anybody. We'll pass on that, I guess. Are there any other introductions of new employees? Hearing none, we'll move on to comments from the public. We're now open for comments from the public. If you wish to come forward and speak, you have 3 minutes. Identify yourselves and what's on your mind. Hearing none, we will close comments from the public. Colleen?
I'm asking Jeff to come up. I apologize. I'm locked out.
Oh, okay.
Good
It doesn't like
morning.
We'll go ahead and proceed. Technical difficulties. That's okay.
I have the Waste Coal Severance Grant Program certification of progress describing all the work that's being done to the square today.
Thank you.
That needs to be signed. And then I also have the Governor's Highway Safety Program, the conditions and assurances. They asked us not to request a certain amount of money. They're going to decide themselves how much money each program is going to be receiving, and they will be giving that to us at a later date.
Okay.
Those are the 2 that I have for you to sign.
Move for approval and the president's signature.
I'll go ahead and second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Mark, I apologize, but we had already gone through that on the agenda, so we'll go back to you, if you don't mind, for introduction of new employees, okay? If you would, please.
Yeah, but,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I must be slow.
Thank you.
Morning, Bob.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning. At this time,
I would like to seek your all's approval, again, on the hiring of Mr. George Capel as a temporary part-time data entry clerk. What we're trying to do is, George will be assisting us with our summer program, too, for our dogs that we've discussed. And outside of looking at any full-time entry for data stuff, as for our personal
Thank
department
you.
side, we want to try this out on a temporary basis, one for cost savings and the amount of time and work that's needed just through a half of the year type process. So I'd like to bring George forward here for your all's approval and for him to be able to begin, as we started him actually June 26th for that. But this will be our first time in front of you all as a commission.
Move for approval?
Second?
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome.
If I may
Andy?
say something for the other commissioners, George was the WVU student body president who was instrumental in getting the WVU student government supporting the Pantry Plus More program and also the recognition. So if it wasn't for him, we would not have been able to get it started and funding. So I'm very excited that you're going to be a part of this. Thank you for that.
Thank you and welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on. Fiduciary hearing regarding the petition to withdraw as executrix of the estate of Mary Rebecca Summers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Commissioners, Mary Elaine Joswick appears before the commission upon her petition to withdraw as executrix of the estate of Mary R. Summers. As provided in her petition, Ms. Joswick was appointed as executrix of the estate of Mary R. Summers. Due to conflict and health reasons, Mrs. Joswick is asking the commission to allow her to withdraw and allow her brother, who is named as the contingent executor in the will, to be appointed as the new executor.
Okay.
Sir, could you identify yourself for the record for our...
Yes, my name is Mark Everett.
Thank you.
Mary Lane Joseph.
Okay. Move for approval?
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded for approval of this action. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
Next, correspondence.
We only have one item for you today. We received a letter from Patty Hamilton on
Yes.
her retirement. It's just a thank you to the elected officials for supporting her over the years. That's all it is.
Okay, and she was of great service, and
Yes.
she will be missed, but I'm certain that the group will be well represented by her replacement. So, all right. Is there any other? That's it. Okay, so all right, good. Unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. First, to consider an act on a proposed resolution setting of a public hearing date with respect to the approval of removing certain parcels from the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District, the Developed District, resulting in amended boundaries of all the Development District and certain other changes in connection with all therewith, as all described in the Economic Opportunity Developed District Second Supplemental Application.
Brian Helmick was supposed to be here, and he's not here. So if you want to move on to the next thing.
Sure, and then come back.
I guess we will. It's one of those days. Okay. To consider issuing a request for proposal for the Monongalia County Fleet Financing and Management Service. I know I started with this, but I'm going to hand this over to
Yeah.
Sean because he actually did all the work. I just simply discovered that Preston County was interested, and then we found that Harrison County did. So by working through that, if you would, Sean.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I didn't do all the work. I had a lot of help from Renetta and Mark Ralston, Captain Ralston. And we discussed this in detail at our last working session, but we feel it's in our best interest to explore the option of financing the county vehicles. The biggest benefactor would be the Sheriff's Department, in the way that it gets us into a way where we're more regularly cycling vehicles out of the system. For example, they currently have 41 vehicles in their inventory. 29 of them are out of warranty. and when they're out of warranty, you have additional costs. So this isn't just, a financing of the vehicles. It's trying to develop a whole cohesive strategy in regards to fleet management and those type of issues. So I sent the RFP out to the commissioners. There's a few things I got to tweak in regards to the dates, but I'd like your approval to go ahead and get that out on the streets.
Move for approval.
Second, it's been properly moved and seconded for approval of this action. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And just to add a couple things, I mean, there's a lot of information here, and we don't know where it's going to take us, but we know it's going to save us money. And a conservative estimate over the first 10 years of the program, we could save as much as $500,000 to the county.
And this is the county fleet, not just the sheriff's department.
Correct, yes.
Yes.
And also, you want to make it clear, and I know you worked with them, but the sheriff is here, and they are in support of getting all the information and seeing if this would benefit both. So it isn't just us telling them, we're
Yeah.
working together, and I want that very clear.
Yes, it's been a very
Amicable.
good word. Thanks, Tom.
All right.
I've been hanging around Ed a while.
Thank you. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to call for the vote there.
That's all right.
Next, consideration of allowing the IT department to work with an established qualified vendor on equipment purchasing and configuration for the county's network security needs. Would anybody care to address that? I saw Jeff was here earlier.
We've been
Yes.
exploring this over the last few months. We had a survey done by a company called GST, Global Services, Global Science and Technology, about our network security. This was in response to what happened at WVU Hospital last year.
Yes.
So we've been working towards this. So that's what we're asking for your approval on today, to move forward with.
And overall, we're looking at a more comprehensive IT architecture for the whole county. And this is kind of the first step, is to kind of get one or two of our offices in line and then make sure that we're secure across the whole county. So we're looking at their proposal and making some recommendations in regards to some of the initial steps.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
I see Ryan and Mr. Helmick have come in. We've already passed you on the agenda, therefore you're going to have to wait 2 more weeks. No, please come forward. We'll go back to what I had already read under the beginning of new business. You can't be presumptive on a short, I'm a short meeting man.
Well, I appreciate
So,
that.
We're always looking to see if I can beat the 11-minute record that I have set so far.
Well, I think you may be on that pace this
No,
morning, so we
we're
apologize for being a few minutes
No.
behind.
Yeah, that's all right. Go
No.
ahead.
Well, thank you
Floor
very
is
much. Brian Helmick with Spillman Thomas and Battle, here this morning representing West Ridge, who is the developer that is now the responsible party for the continuing development of the University Town Center project, both real estate and sales tax TIF districts. What we have before you today was a request to adopt a resolution that would set a public hearing date of August the 2nd at 10:30, and perhaps maybe that time may be too long. Maybe we need to do it closer to 10, to hear public comment and input on a proposed application that we have to present to you this morning, which is pretty straightforward, which I'll explain, is an application for an amendment to, or supplement to, the existing sales tax TIF district, the Economic Opportunity Development District, application for that project already. The application as we submitted it is we have copies to leave with yourself and also for the commission and with the clerk's office to be a file for the public to be able to come in and review. As part of that process, there would be a notice that goes into the paper so that advising the community and the public at large that there is an application of record. Here's the general intent of what we're doing, and that they can come in and review it. But primarily the application is achieving 2 goals. The application is very limited, is very focused on, one, providing for an adjustment to the boundaries of the sales tax TIF district only, not the real estate, but only the sales tax TIF district, to remove any of the existing businesses that were in existence at the time that we created the district in order to achieve a zero base.
Right.
As we may have known, and Commissioner Sakura, perhaps happy to get you up to speed on that question as well, but there were continuing questions about the calculation of the base, the lack of transparency, to put it politely, and how the base was calculated by the state tax department. And what we've decided, what we've been able to determine since then by reviewing the information provided by the tax department on current collections is that it's in everyone's best interest to go to a zero base, which is now the policy that the state has adopted in new districts who are going to a zero base to begin with. This would take them out to make a zero base in the district for ease of administration, both at the county and state level, as well as provide a stable base number for purposes of going into the market with additional bond financings in the future. It's if I'll call it a live and learn process on this one, and we believe we have the support of everybody to do this change, and this is the time to do it. So it would change those boundaries to do that. It would pick up everything that's in the district now, but only removing those parcels of property, and that's in the application that are affected, which be those businesses in existence when the district was created back in December 2013. The other major change is what I'll call is just a supplement, an update supplement to the existing project plan to allow for the continued growth and expansion of the west side and the continued development of the road infrastructure, water and sewage, the public infrastructure components of the west side as it relates now to, as you can see as you drive by, the infrastructure work that's being completed and developed off of the new interchange, but connecting that through with the connection as it ties back into Chaplain Hill Road and out to Milan Park. Those projects are well underway from a standpoint of design and permitting. But at this point, this would allow for an amendment and an update to those plans to more correspond to exactly what the intent is going forward, and would allow us, we hope, with these, if we're able to achieve this application approval, we are intended to do that very early in August using the process now and have already begun conversations with the state to try to expedite their review process, would allow us to be into the marketplace perhaps with a new financing later this fall, late summer, early fall, and to see that so that there would be no slowdown in any of the growth or construction that is going on the west side of the road currently. So that is primarily what the application does. It changes the base, supplements and updates the project plan to correspond to where the project is going now, primarily focused on the Chaplain Hill Road connection and improvements and out to Milan Park, and allows us to be able to go to the bond market. This is not a bond approval, but would allow us to have those things in place to go to the market to refund and to move forward with a new financing later this fall to generate new money so that we don't slow down the construction of any of the public improvement components already started.
Thank you. Please note for the record also that our attorney, Tom Amon, has reviewed all this. Everything is in good and due order.
Yes.
Move for approval with a couple questions.
Okay, second?
Been properly moved and seconded for discussion.
The easiest question, what day did you say? Because, did you say August 10th or August 9th?
August the 2nd.
Well,
Yeah, we're
see, there's
proposing it
my-
for the-
Okay, because I thought I heard something different, and I thought it was a Wednesday. Okay, that was...
No, my fault. Yeah, it's August,
my fault.
your meeting scheduled, the first meeting of August the 2nd.
Okay.
At 10:30 is what we've proposed.
Okay.
I may have
Also-
misspoken. My apologies.
No, that's fine. And also, I do want to say that you were here with Mr. Ryan Lynch, and
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you. We're ecstatic. I don't know how it happened, but the press or public got the first stages of the first of the 5 different areas of what may be going in, and it really helped because everyone's been asking and everyone has all these, I call it conspiracy theories, and it was great to see that. So I appreciate it, and we look forward, as I said, the vertical growth any day now. But again, I think that we're very fortunate, and the relationship is fantastic, and we look forward to working with you and helping you out. I mean, this has been great for Monongalia County.
Any other questions? Any questions?
No, other than just as I noted, I won't be here on the 2nd, so.
I'm not going to be here either, but,
That's, we can handle it.
Yeah.
okay.
We'll just have a short
And
meeting.
I'll be-
Well, it was a real short meeting.
You might want to set that hearing at 10:15.
I'll be sure to provide my input, though.
Yeah.
All right. It's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on.
Thank you, Mr.
You want to leave
Thank
those?
you very much. Yeah, let me leave one here for the commission's office to have, and also one for clerk's office.
Okay.
And that to be put on record so that anybody, when they see
Right.
the advertisement, can come in and review it and ask questions.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Next, to consider appointments to the West Run Planning District Board of Zoning Appeals. Renetta.
We had 2 positions expire, and then we have 1 still open position, Dr. Fulmer that resigned last year, so we're still trying to fill that. But we have 2 individuals that are currently serving that want to be reappointed, Steve Morris and Bill Rice.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded for approval of these 2 reappointments. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, lastly, discussion and possible consideration of setting a date for public hearing pursuant to 2017 regular session Senate Bill 422 pertaining to the increase of the excise tax on the privilege of transferring of real property.
Move for approval to have a public hearing.
This is,
Well,
Second with discussion.
we have to say the date, right? Okay, go ahead.
this is, yes, go ahead, Sean.
Well, I don't want to set a public hearing. It's my suggestion that we consider not increasing the excise tax at this time.
I would be in agreement with that. We do have the ability, you know, that what this is that the.
Oh, I thought we had to have it either way. Okay.
Have the hearing to.
Yeah, I thought we had, no, no, that's what I thought we had
I think we only have to
to.
have the hearing if we're going to raise
Yeah.
the tax.
Oh, okay.
It's-
Okay. I thought we had to have a hearing anyway, just to say we weren't going to have it,
Okay.
the way the state works.
So it's on the floor that there
I'll
be
move mine.
no increase of this.
Right, and that's what we had planned, no increase, so I'll remove my motion. I thought we had to have one
Motion-
just to say,
Motion is withdrawn.
yeah, that's fine.
And what this would set is, actually, it would mean that the excise tax
State.
on, that we're allowed to raise, we are not going
Exactly.
to. And this, I think, will make Delegate Statler happy, because he's actually told me he was hoping that we didn't need this money, and I don't
Yeah.
see that this
No.
time that we need to raise this tax. So I don't believe it. This does not call for a vote, does it?
That's why I didn't know, that's why I thought
So,
I didn't know we couldn't
we're not-
vote unless you had a public hearing. That's why it's a catch-22. So we just let it go.
Anyway,
Okay,
yes.
fine.
All right.
That's fine, that's my fault.
No problem. Is there any other new business?
No, sir.
Good. Reports from elected officials. Is Mr. Briggs still here? I see he has left. Any elected officials wish to give a report? Hearing none, we'll go to reports from county commissioners. Tom?
First, I want to congratulate the Celebration of America. I went there last night, and the fireworks and the ending of the fireworks was exceptional. I also liked it just seemed to go real well. The public really enjoyed it, and the families little kids were jumping all up and all over the stage, and they had probably the best time of their lives. But I just want to congratulate them, and I would like to see us continue to help give some funding for that. I think it was clearly worthwhile. The other thing is just today at 1:30, I'm looking forward to that meeting with Mr. Williams, with the DOH, to just educate not only us, but the public of the priorities of how roads are taken. And I believe that the commission and DOH has some ideas to think outside the box to try and fix our roads. So I'm looking forward to that meeting. That's it.
And I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. We're in a new fiscal year. And also congratulate the fireworks were great last night. Carrie, congratulations. I know you worked hard on that. But it was really one of the best ones I've seen in a while. Thank you. Friday, I finally got a tour of some of the other county facilities. Bobby took me around to the motor pool, the maintenance pool. I don't know what the proper word is for the dog. We still call it the dog,
Pound?
or the canine facilities.
Canine Adoption Center.
Canine.
Okay, Canine Adoption Center.
Canine Adoption Center.
Okay, and I was
There's also felines there, but
very, very impressed with their operations, and it was good to finally get around. And I know Chris does a great job with the motor pool. And where'd she go? I thought I saw her walk in.
Dana.
Dana,
She's
where-
right there.
oh, there she is. Dana does a great job with the Canine Adoption Center, so I'm glad I finally got a chance to get up there. And part of the reason for needing to get up there was to kind of ask a bunch of questions regarding our fleet and get some additional information regarding the leasing RFP. Monday, I was able to go to the Black Bears game, and that was it was pretty exciting. It was 5-2 going into the seventh, and then
Right.
Black Bears scored 9 runs in the last 2 innings. There was fireworks. It was really cool. That's the first Black Bears game I got a chance to go to, and it was really a great opportunity. And then we have meetings pretty much all day today and all day tomorrow, so it's one of those busy weeks, but that's all I really have, Ed.
Okay. It was my privilege to be invited to a meeting with the West Ridge Development and Ryan with Woody Thrasher. So we had good discussion with his group regarding their request and going forward, but also be able to, if nothing else, soften up the tax department for our request. This was something that we all stressed that was necessary for continuation of the work that we're doing here. I'll be at 4-H camp next week. It's my 1 week of being the oldest thing in camp, working as a volunteer.
Oldest thing?
I am the oldest thing in camp, the living thing, yes, anyway. And again, to reiterate, we have several work sessions here, but the DOH coming in today, we also anticipate the presence of 3 of our delegates, Mr. Williams, Mr. Statler, and Mr. Piles. So this is going to hopefully outline, if you have an interest, at 1:30 in returning for this work session, giving us information regarding what's going to go on with the DOH in the present. Okay? Hearing nothing else, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second. Been properly moved and second to adjourn. We are in adjournment. Thank you.